Shakespeare is definitely not meant to be read. It's meant to be acted out.
Both! Both! My girl. By foul play, as thou sayest.
I started getting interested in what the characters felt, how they acted towards each other, the historical background that's given, like in between the lines of the text and everything.
This is a strange repose, to be asleep with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
I've really liked Shakespeare, but it was very interesting to see how many different ways so many characters could be played, because I tend to find one way for a character and then just stick with it and think of them that whole way.
Like a swan, like a sick swan, a sad swan.
We're providing something I have not seen provided by other programs.
Those juices flowing for the big game next week.
It's never this kind of parade of wonderful actors who put themselves on the line and demonstrate before asking the kids to do it. And also, we do a lot more academic work than a lot of programs do. We did a lot of written work. We did very serious transliterations. They did improvs based on the conflicts in the play in modern English.
Well, I know Gabby's been doing her diligence, and she has made mad, filthy diamonds.
And then they got into Shakespeare, and you could really see the evolution of their understanding of Shakespeare.
Well, I see Ariel to him as like an object maybe, or some like a tool that he can use.
By exploring those choices, those very broad choices, you find different levels that you can really include if you play the guy the way you're ultimately going to play him. You use them all. Or maybe you will just use them.
I liked actually being able to see actors come and perform. They took what they read and put emotion and movement into it. It was more entertaining than just reading the book in class.
36,
37,
38,
39,
40! My favorite exercise was fun because it took me out of my comfort zone, and I had to perform it and have everyone watch, and just being able to make people laugh was really fun.
I can't tell you how important that is, to see a whole class on task with all of the activities that you did, the writing activities, the acting activities, all of those activities. They just entered into this as though it was something that they wanted to do. That's very, very valuable.
Before the time be out, no more!
We wanted to make this text, Shakespeare's words, alive for the kids. Relevant, fun, something to be discussed.
Drunk with grief. she falls. The end.
I also think that the fact that we had the study sessions with the professional actors and decided what we were going to do from those sessions before each of the kids' sessions was very, very valuable. When kids start figuring that out in a safe way in terms of characters in a play, hopefully they'll get the idea that if I can figure this out here, I can figure it out in science class, or I can figure it out in history. What we do at Antaeus, which is so different from other theater companies, is that we study the text. We are a study group.
At the end of his speech, so 134 to the end of the scene.
Yeah. I was just blown away by everyone's performance and how they were so willing to take in our ideas and incorporate it.
My favorite thing about it was just having the actors here and being in an environment where acting was actually promoted. It was very interesting because before I didn't really like acting, but then when everyone was getting more into it and everyone was willing to put themselves out there and no one was laughing or jeering.
Who knew it would go this way?
But most of all, I'd like to say see you later to my family, my mom and dad, since for you two, it's not goodbye forever.
You read their works. They did these parallel texts, and you read those. That's very, very good for kids to hear that.
It's the end of another year. Good memories and fun times I leave behind. Late night cramming, finishing pages of homework, just fighting to stay awake, I leave behind. Now they've investigated this play and Shakespeare and his text. Now I'm hoping that they'll look at other work and say, what's going on here? What can we learn from this?